Brandon Cruz of So Hideous, and you're watching PureGrainAudio. It actually started, the concept behind the record was my wife gave me a medical article about how, the scientists are seeing that there's increased brain activity after death or after the heart stops, and that it's 7 minutes. And she was right, because that was right in my wheelhouse. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested in this. Let me read more about it. And, most of it is theoretical, hypothetical. They're still figuring it out. They're still testing. But, there is a physiological response. Something happens. And it was really interesting, for me to think about, the ways that you can view that. You can view it, in a metaphysical way, in a transcendental way, or you can view it, in a scientific way. And it was nice to give credence to both sides and say, yeah, this could be a life review, your life flashing before your eyes, and you going through all these memories and stuff like that. Or it could just be, a great way of, your body not really trying to pull the plug on you abruptly all at once, but kind of easing you into it, giving you a nice, peaceful and calm, shutdown. So it started with the 7 minutes, and then after that I was like, okay, let's try to incorporate this all throughout, because if our character's heart stops and he's going on this, super sensory journey through his mind or wherever he is, it'd be interesting to constantly have that number come up and remind him that he can't just, be dilly-dallying out here, that he has to complete his journey, he has to go to the end, which is why we incorporated some of the odd meter time signatures sometimes in 7/8 and 7/4, kind of push throughout it to, again, remind him, like, this is not where you're supposed to be. This is unstable. The dream is collapsing. You have to move on. And yeah, we just really incorporated it all throughout to keep the concept of the 7 minutes, because the record, even though it's about 41 minutes long, it's supposed to happen in 7 minutes. But because you're in your mind, there's this time dilation. That's kind of how we went to that rationale. So it was just great to really, it was like a fertile land with all these ideas for us, and it was nice to just kind of explore all that. I mean, we tour as is. We tour the four of us. It's never really been part of a larger conversation to do major tours with the entire orchestral thing, just because we don't have the tens of thousands of dollars to make that happen on a nightly basis. I've said it on some other platforms that, one-off shows would be more likely unless, there's some great turnaround or, a great benefactor. But what we really do when we're writing the record is try to make it sound just as strong, as I mentioned before, with the four of us playing in a room. Like, we don't want to have that orchestral element be a crutch. If anything, it's supposed to fortify the recordings and, give it that, a different look, a different element from what's happening in some other bands. But it's not necessarily something that's there to be the detriment of the band. Like, we can't play, we can't do shows because this is not happening. No, we need it to happen either way. And if we are in a situation where it just so happens to be there, then it's going to work that way too. It should be special either way. So it doesn't really give us any problems, because we still play the songs with just as much power, the four of us. By taking a left turn, probably. I mean, it's really not going to be cost effective to go even bigger. Like, we're going to do 100 pieces on the next one. I mean, I would say that because it's been the better part of 8 years of the band trying to get the sound that we got on Laurestine, it'll be nice to focus on some of the other things that we didn't really get to focus on because we were so steadfast in trying to get this particular sound. So it'll be nice to, throw some curveballs in and explore different aspects of music that we really didn't get to touch on, again, because we were so focused on bringing this particular sound to the forefront. So I think, again, taking a left turn, playing around with our sound, and incorporating things that maybe people wouldn't expect from us, because that's what makes this fun, and that's what keeps it vital. You know, we don't want to release the same record again. Every band says that. And, you know, it's the truth. If you've been spending a decade doing this and you've been hanging out with the same people, you just don't want to go in and, you know, be a jukebox and churn stuff out. It wouldn't be genuine. You have to be honest to what you're listening to. You have to be honest to the songs. So, again, that's still 2 years out. But, you know, a lot can happen in 2 years and we're not going to be the same people we are now.